The Warriors made a generational mistake. Yes, generational mistake. We have the facts to prove it to you. And Rookie of the Year, we know who it went to, Victor Wembanyama. But one of our rookies, Brandin Podziemski, received Rookie of the Year votes. We're going to break it down in his stellar rookie season. All that and more on Warriors Digest. Please subscribe. Randy Silver here. We break down the biggest Warriors news for you daily. Let's get into it. Anthony Edwards on the Warriors. Yes, you heard that right. Let's show you how it could have happened. Report from 2021, so we're taking you back in time. T-Wolves tried to trade the number one pick to the Dubs in 2020. According to ESPN's Brian Windhorst, if you go back to draft night, the Wolves were very interested in trading out of their first pick, the number one spot. They were trying to trade all the way until they were on the spot, and they didn't do it. And let's take a look at that draft and show you what happened. Edwards went 1. Warriors were number 2. And we took James Wiseman. Number 3, LaMelo Ball. Other players you may recognize from this, if you look at number 12, the Kings took Tyrese Haliburton. Of course, in the second round right now with the Pacers. Cole Anthony had a nice playoff with the Magic. Obi Toppin is now with the Pacers after being with the Knicks. Josh Green has done okay. Sadiq Bey has done okay. Tyrese Maxey, number 21, has been crushing it. So there were some picks in there. Obviously, Edwards coming out of Georgia. Wiseman coming out of Memphis. At that point, what happened? KD had left the year before to go to the Brooklyn Nets. Clay had his injury with his knee, then his Achilles. We had just come off the worst season we've had in a long time. Steph had his wrist injury like in October and didn't play most of the season. So that's how we got up to the number 2 pick. At that point, we needed a big man. Bogut was gone for a while. KD obviously was gone, but not a true big man. Looney was nice, but he's not a true tall guy, and we needed someone big. Wiseman was a cannot miss pick. He only played 3 games at Memphis. 3 games at Memphis because of wanting to go to the draft. Improper things happened. This was before NIL. But hey, can't miss. He's that guy. He's got the talent. Golden State also owned Minnesota's 2021 top 3 pick. So the one next year. The T-Wolves were bluffing in the hopes of trying to get the Warriors to trade that back to them and take number 1. Of course, Minnesota at that time had Cat. This was before the Rudy Gobert trade. They did not need a big man. So the odds of them getting Wiseman, not going to happen. But maybe you say, hey, we're going to take Wiseman, give us our trade pick back, and you can go get a number 1, and they give more draft capital. That did not happen, of course. They took Edwards. He's the guy, and we have Wiseman. Now, after all this happened, what happened? We had Russell, who we traded to Minnesota, and who we get in return? Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins. And what did Wiggins help us do? Won a championship in that following season. Following season, won a championship with Wiggins. So, if this draft never happens at the trade, I said that backwards. If this trade never happens at the draft, do we get Wiggins? Do we win the championship? Is Edwards able to be the guy and help us on offense and defense to beat the Celtics, to beat Memphis, to beat the Nuggets, to beat the Mavs? Only in his second NBA season? Maybe. Wiggins has been in the league basically 10 years, coming into his prime. Obviously, Edwards is really good. We're going to talk about it in a second. But overall, what I'm saying is everything happens for a reason. We ended up getting Wiseman. Did not work out. As you know, Warriors fans, comment, do you think we still should have made the trade? But it worked out in the end because we got Wiggins in the trade, got rid of Russell, and we won the championship. Edwards is that guy, though. Georgia, first-round pick, number 1. Look at that. 25 points, basically 26 points per game this season. His three-point went down a little bit, but basically stays around 35, 36%. Started basically every game he played, 78 of the 79 games, 36 minutes a game, 35 minutes a game. Dog. Great player. Generational player. 22. So he's going to be here for a long time. Wiseman. Not so much. 7 points a game this season with Detroit. Played 2 seasons with us, and then we traded him away. He was injured a lot that first season. Hoped it would be different in the second season, but it wasn't. And why not? We were up top. We were winning. This was the year we won the championship. And he needed to develop. Look at that. He's only 23. He's still so young, so much potential and talent to come through. But when you're winning, you don't have time to throw people into the fire and let them develop. You need to stay at the top and have players out there helping you win. Unlike the Spurs this year, terrible. Pistons this year, terrible. Let's let your young players play, get experience, and it'll help you in the long run. Warriors can do that with Wiseman. Had to let him go to try to help out and get people back who can help us win now, which we did by winning that championship. Obviously, with Detroit, he hasn't done much. He was hurt a lot of the 2022-2023 season. This season, pretty healthy. Missed maybe like 20 games total. However, not a lot of starting and only 7 points. At 6'11", 240, he's just probably getting done growing. And he didn't play a lot in college. And you're seeing the effect of people who play a lot in college or don't play a lot in college and how they can come in the NBA. So that was a big loss by not getting potentially Edwards in that trade to go up to number 1. You could call it a generational massive loss. Do you agree? Or do you think getting that one championship was worth it? Or could you have maybe had 4 or 5 more and you have the successor to Steph, Clay, and Dre inside your organization already? Let me know your thoughts. And that takes us to point number 2 of today. Pods is that guy helping us out for the generation. Rookie of the Year votes. We know Victor Wembanyama won Rookie of the Year. It was not even a close vote. It was a landslide, and I say landslide massively. 99 first place votes. He got every first place vote unanimously. First time since 2015, 2016 when Karl Anthony Towns got that. Second, Chet Holmgren of OKC. But hey, look at this really quick. Brandin Podziemski came in fifth place with 4 third place votes. 4 total points. Congrats to him. And he was, out of everybody, not expected to be here, who was supposed to be potentially bench player and got thrusted into the starting role and did a great job. So as I said, Spurs sensation beat out Chet Holmgren, OKC, and Brandon Miller of the Hornets. Basically, Holmgren was the top pick the previous year, got hurt in Summer League. So this was basically his redshirt year. Does that count? Sure. Brandon Miller, top 3 pick, 1B, number 1 pick. So shows the talent that he's playing up there with. Great pick by the Warriors of where they got him at. Brandon again, and let's throw in Trace Jackson Davis, our second round pick, had stellar seasons. They're going to be on a first or second team for sure. But look at this. So this was about 5-6 games left in the season. Brandon was ranked top 10 among rookies in points, rebounds, assists, steals, 3-point percentage, and plus-minus minutes. He had 17 games of 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, second among rookies behind Wemby. And he led the NBA in charges. And we've talked about this many times. Learns that from the floor general, Chris Paul. Multiple years, almost like decades, Chris Paul led the league in charges, learning from the best. He was great for us being able to be a backup point guard or a point guard alongside Steph Curry. Nailed very timely threes, overall good 3-point shooter. In addition, great at rebounding. Was offensive rebound hawk. They don't expect him to be where he's at. He gets in there. He's only 6'4", but he had 5.8 rebounds a game, 3.7 assists, 10 points in 74 games played, 27 minutes. So did a great job for us. Again, Trace Jackson Davis as well. Top 10 among rookies in field goal percentage, rebounds, blocks, double-doubles. And he did that really in the second half of the season. Pod's 19th pick, Jackson Davis 57th pick. So we hit there. New GM, Mike Dunleavy Jr., great job on those draft picks. This year, the Warriors, and I'll link this video, we may only have 1 draft pick in the second round, and there's a projection of who it may be. Hint, hint, it's a point guard from UConn, not a big man. I know that some of us are not happy about that, but it's only a projection, so you may see it change. But go take a look at that video. And again, congrats to Wemby, Rookie of the Year, deserves it. Pods deserve to be in that top 5, which he got. So do you agree? Disagree? What do you think he needs to work on to improve for next season? Of course, the generational talent. Did we miss it? Did we not miss it? Are you happy with that 1 championship? Of course, we would love Edwards to move forward. He's a dog. They're about to sweep the Nuggets. That game last night. Whew. Warriors out. Until next one, y'all.